It's been a real shit show for the lock of the night play in 2025, and that continued this past weekend with Christian Rodriguez not turning on the Jets soon enough and ultimately losing on the scorecards to Melquizael Costa. I was very bummed about that performance, especially early, as I thought Rodriguez could have just pushed his striking a little bit more, and that might have helped his ability to get this fight to the ground. But he turned it on a little bit too late, and Costa was able to take advantage, and we take an L there. So that now brings our lock of the night record on the year to 11-13 for minus 26.96 units, minus 22% ROI. Atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. No excuse for that. It is a horrible performance all around, even if there are some decisions that I did not agree with that contributed to some of those losses. That's not the way it should be. Fights should not be close when I consider lock of the night plays. Dog of the night, not been doing too hot, or been doing pretty well. Much better than the lock of the night plays. We did lose on Austin Hubbard this past weekend, but our record is now still 15-13 for plus 6.92 units and a 25% ROI. So very happy with my dog of the night performance. But we got to get the lock of the night in check. So whether you want to take this segment as a fade of the night, you're more than welcome to do so. But I'm still going to stay the course and try to get back into that profit and still have a damn good 2025 for the lock of the night play. So, as I said, all three of these are just candidates. Doesn't mean I'm playing them. They are just candidates, and only one of them can be the official lock of the night play. Drop what your lock of the night is in the comment section below, or try to take a guess at which of these three I'll be leaning with. So let's get it started. First candidate up is going to be Victor Henry, coming in at minus 205, going up against Pedro Falcao. Now, Henry was submitted by Charles Jourdain last time around, and that was the first loss in his illustrious career, where he has faced fighters from all over the world, all different skill levels. But it was Jourdain who was able to snatch up that guillotine and force Victor Henry to submit. Normally, Henry showcases a very high volume, high pressure approach, utilizing a lot of footwork and putting combinations together and even mixing in takedowns behind it to try to control his opponents. I think he'll get a better we'll get a better version of him this weekend against a guy in Pedro Falcao who will have his first full training camp in his UFC career, but I don't think that's going to be enough to overcome the veteran skill of Henry. Falcao might try to get this into the grappling realm, but I think for the most part, Henry showcases good enough grappling defense that he'll be able to nullify most of that and then put on a pace and pressure that Falcao will not be able to hold up with. Hence why Henry is the first candidate in the top three candidates that I have. The second candidate for the lock of the night play is going to be Luis Gurul, who comes in against Ode Osborne as a minus 210 favorite. Gurul is 10-0 coming from the Fury UFC scene, but also picking up a very high-level win over Nick Piccinini on the Contender series to earn his contract to the UFC. This guy puts on a high pace and high pressure and really stays in his opponent's face and just continues to just wear them down until he's able to finish them late or do enough damage to win fights on the scorecard. I think this recent run of Ode Osborne is showing us what his ceiling is, and he should have lost that fight to Charles Johnson if we were getting a confident version of Johnson that night. And I know Gurul will be able to do what Johnson was not able to, and that's keep a pace and pressure that Osborne will not be able to keep up with, especially in the second and third rounds. I think that will eventually lead to Gurul pulling away late and finding that finish in the second or third round, but more importantly, cashing as a potential lock of the night candidate. The third and final lock of the night candidate is going to be Lerone Murphy at minus 330 going up against Josh Emmett. Now, some people might believe this fight plays out closer than the odds indicate, but I think Murphy has the perfect style to nullify the power punching and just sheer explosiveness of Josh Emmett. As long as Murphy is able to mix it in with the clinch, some takedowns, and then obviously his combination striking, he should be able to put together a good enough body of work over the course of 25 minutes to grind out Josh Emmett and win this fight on the scorecards. Emmett could obviously change the tide of any fight with the type of power that he produces in his punches, but I think Murphy is a good enough striker and has good enough fight IQ to pull this one out and grind it out, like I said, on the scorecards, and probably cashing as the lock of the night candidate. Again, only one of these three can be the official lock of the night for UFC Vegas 105, whether you want to find it out to fade or find it out to tail. You can find it on the Lock of the Night Patreon page. Link for that in the description below. Otherwise, drop a comment and let me know what you guys are feeling for this weekend's UFC card. All right, I'll be back later today to break down PFL 1. The first event for their 2025 tournament goes down on Thursday, and I'll have the full card breakdown for you guys on the YouTube page later on this evening. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.